Hello, everybody. My name is Amanda Bell. I am running against Glenn Grothman for the U.S. House of Representatives. Thank you. So, West Bend is technically not in my district. You heard from Andy Beck earlier, I guess. So, if you're in West Bend or in Washington County, support Andy. But if you're in the 6th District and Glenn Grothman is your representative, hi! So, a little bit about myself. I grew up on a small family dairy farm just outside of Sheboygan. I know how it feels to have to get up early, milk the cows, get out there, bale the hay in the heat, and still have to unthaw, and of course, unthaw, right? the drinking cups for the cows in the middle of winter. I ended up going to UW Stevens Point and got degrees in watershed management and natural resources. From there, I started working for our federal government. I worked for the U.S. Geological Survey as a hydrologist, which is a water scientist, for about 25 years. That is in the Department of Interior. Basically, I traveled the country and I had the privilege of seeing the incredible natural resources that we have been blessed with. Most of my work has been in the Lake Michigan Basin. So the environment is near and dear to my heart. When this administration came in last year, I decided I would no longer work for the administration who is destroying our democracy, taking away our rights, and not listening to the people that voted. I was done. I will not work for them. I needed to stick to my morals and my values. So now I'm actually substitute teaching in 3 rural school districts in Columbia County. So I moved from one side of the district in Sheboygan all the way over to the other side of the county. So from there, I've been learning a lot about the stresses that our education system in Wisconsin is going through. A lot of it, I'm sure, as Francesca mentioned, Act 10 destroyed a lot of things, and our education system is one of them. At the federal level, I had the opportunity to work with federal agencies, local, state, and international organizations to make sure that we had clean air and water. And that is so vital to our economy in Wisconsin and across the nation. Some of the things that are really important to me is farming, making sure that our rural farms and our rural families have the same opportunities that our urban centers do. We have daycare deserts and food deserts, even in Wisconsin. When people don't have access to good, healthy food, we are not able to properly grow and learn as a community. The next thing that's really important to me is the environment. Again, I spent 25 years knee-deep in rivers across the US, so making sure that we have clean air and water is vital. I've been attending a lot of these data center meetings. That's why I was able to let Francesca know what's going on as far as the We Energies comment period. So I'm listening to folks and hearing their concerns about these data centers, about the fact that all of this has been done usually behind closed doors with no public input. That's not acceptable to me. Our representatives, whether they be local, state, or federal, were hired to represent you. That is their job. If they're not here talking to you, asking questions, wanting to know what issues are affecting you most, they're in it for the money. Just gonna say it. So that is one of the things that I want to do the most. I want to be here, I want to listen, I want to show up and hear what is most important to you. So that's all that's my whole little spiel for now. But if anybody has any questions, I'd love to take them. Yes?
I'm in your district.
All right, welcome.
I am really pumped that because Glenn Grossman, as I remember, is money.
Yes.
We are losing our rural hospital.
Yeah.
And our rural healthcare. Would you have any power or influence in an assembly position over that sort of thing happening or not happening?
So one of the things that we need to do, I think the ACA was a step in the right direction. I think that it got a little discombobulated, we'll say, because of all the restrictions that the Republicans put on when the original ACA went through. We should have universal health care. Thank you. I'm hosting a student from a foreign country right now. I'm not gonna let you know which one, but it is a foreign country in Africa. And she asked me, how does the US health system work? I literally said it doesn't. Literally. But what I basically said was, you know, we pay insurance, and she goes, okay, then you can go to any doctor. I'm like, no. She's like, well, what doctors can you go to? Well, only the ones that your insurance company say. And then it was, well, then you don't have to pay anything when you go. I'm like, no, we gotta pay again. And I'm like, there's always a copay. I said, and then if you get hurt, or you need labs, or an x-ray, or God forbid you have a catastrophic event happen, heart attack, need major surgery, I'm like, you're basically gonna go bankrupt. Like, there's no way around. Even if you have good insurance, you're going to be paying a lot. And she goes, but that's it then, you know, you're good to go. And I'm like, no. So it just kept going. And she goes, you know, we pay approximately $15 for each person in the family. They walk in any hospital, they get any doctor, they don't pay for any of the medications, they can have surgery, they can have whatever they need. Why are they considered the S-hole countries? That's not right. We're one of the wealthiest countries in the world. We should have access to affordable health care for everyone. Medicare for all, that's done. And by making sure that we have access to health care, that means our rural hospitals would have funding, would have the ability to pay doctors and nurses and physician's assistants and have therapists and counselors to make sure that we are protecting our people across the country. We have a mental health crisis and we can't even get access to therapists. So, yes, I'm hoping that I can push through. If we can get a majority in the House and Senate, I'm so hopeful that we can actually get a plan through that works and works for the working people. So, yes.
So with your plan, like mental health services would be completely covered by healthcare?
Mental health is physical health.
Okay. I just
Yes.
wanted to make sure, because I know I've had experiences before where I've had like a mental health crisis, I've had to be like hospitalized, and then I go, and then all of a sudden the whole hospital's just like, well, no.
Yeah, when I was going through things last year, I reached out to the employee assistance program because I'm like, I'm stressed out. This administration is literally making me crazy. And it was, I talked to my doctor and he's like, I can't do anything for you. You're gonna have to go pay out of pocket for a therapist, for a psychiatrist, for a counselor. It's part of my body. It's part of my health system. Mental health is part of our health system and it should be treated like that. It should be covered fully under any programs that we have. Yeah.
I don't feel like push those on.
No, it's okay.
But how can we help you, how can we help you? Someone in their district is very red, and it kind of seems like very helpful now.
You are not kidding. So Glenn won last time about 60-40. But I actually believe that's because people weren't necessarily paying attention. I truly believe that right now, for all the things that Trump has done, he has pissed off enough people that people are motivated. So my request is find me online, share my stuff, tell your friends, say, hey, there's this lady that's running for Congress against Glenn. She seems pretty cool. She's wanting to listen. The other thing I ask is that if you have a business that you know of that would be welcome to having a listening session, let me know, email me. You can contact me on my website, you can contact me on Facebook, not on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, all those things. Reach out to me, say, hey, I know of a great place that you could go and talk to people. Because the only way that we're going to do this is by reaching out and having people tell me what their issues are and wanting to connect. I truly believe the personal connections are so much more important than the television ads and radio ads. Good God, I'm so sick of texts. But I will tell you, Glenn will spend millions and millions of dollars on this campaign. There's actually 5 people running on the Democratic ticket. I am the only woman on the Democratic ticket. There's no women on the Republican ticket, and there's no woman on the Independent ticket. So I stand out a little. But so yeah, if you want to help, I'm looking for people for volunteers. I'm looking for people to help make calls, set up events, talk to your friends. And yeah, the more I can talk to people, the more I can hear about issues that we're facing, I think the better chance we have of making sure that we flip this district. It went from a 20-point Republican lean to right now they're predicting it an 8-point Republican lean. And honestly, I think if we have a smart woman in there, we can knock that over.
Any other questions? Hi, how's it going, Amanda? I just wanted to, looking at the clock, we kind of have a hard stop at 2 o'clock here, and I want to give you time to speak with all the candidates. As I mentioned, I have a table back there. Fran has a lot of good merch up here, so if you want to support her by getting a shirt, that would be great. One thing that Amanda didn't really say, and Fran didn't, and I have not yet until now, our campaigns cost a lot of money. You know, Amanda said, you know, you're looking at 3 million probably from Glenn. I know Scott has 1.2 million in his account right now to defeat the Democratic candidate in the 5th Congressional District. So if you're able to, please donate to the campaigns. Besides volunteering, we would definitely appreciate it. So I think that's about it. I want to thank you for coming today. I think it was a great experience here. We had a super big crowd, very appreciative of that. And I want to give, if you could do a shout out to Fran right now. We'll see where she can be in a little bit bigger house in Madison here soon. And then also Amanda, she was able to come down and get to know her a little bit. And I personally thank you for coming, and I think we'll just be doing some meet and greet now and answer any questions you might have. So thank you very much for coming, and have a great Valentine's Day.